Next, the pandemic's left some LGBT plus people more isolated and marginalised than ever. 3/4 say the pandemic's damaged their mental health, compared to half of people who aren't from the LGBT community saying the same. Now a Sherwood charity is starting a campaign to support them. The Wolfpack Project starting a series of coffee mornings that aim to be a safe space for people to discuss mental well-being. Alexander Inkley from the charity joins us now. Hello, Alex. So how are you, first and foremost? What's this time been like for you?
What a great question. I think as an LGBT person myself, being a trans man, this time over the pandemic's been really interesting to think about how young people specifically are experiencing this. I imagine with young people being confined to their homes and perhaps with families that don't support them, that's going to has been a really tough time for people. So I think now more than ever, especially in Nottingham, where there aren't too many LGBT events like this happening, this is the right time for something like this.
I think we hear a lot about loneliness, particularly affected the elderly. People don't tend to think of it affecting young people, and certainly with the LGBT community, you'd have thought there's a community sense. But is this something that obviously it's affecting the whole community then, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, what you tend to find with the LGBT community is a lot of it is based around nightlife, clubbing, which can be a really positive thing. And there are some really good club nights in Nottingham. But for nights and events that aren't centered around alcohol, there doesn't tend to be much around. So that's really something that the Wolfpack Project are keen to do in the future by starting these coffee mornings. We're also looking to get into schools, doing social clubs for 16 to 18-year-olds, because again, schools are getting better with that kind of support, but there's still a lot to be done, definitely.
So coffee mornings, I have to be honest, like you say, I consider nightlife and all that sort of the young, vibrant thing. Coffee mornings, not something I would naturally consider young, vibrant people to be. What's the word like in terms of the community and people who become aware of this?
As I say, I think there's more and more need for kind of socializing and community-based spaces that aren't particularly nightlife or alcohol driven. We're looking to do things like walking groups, board game groups, cinema trips, things like that. And especially now coming out of this pandemic and kind of getting back to being social, we're looking at LGBT young people being more isolated than ever before. And already, like you said, young people are actually ages 16 to 25 are twice as likely to be lonely than people over the age of 60. And for LGBT young people, that increases even more. That's, I think 50% of LGBT young people are more likely to be lonely than their non-LGBT peers. So that's staggering numbers. So it was something that I think we just had to start addressing.
Just need it, yeah, absolutely. And am I right thinking it's the first one today? It's all started today. Yeah. How has it gone?
Yeah, I mean, things are getting off the ground. We're really small at the moment, but I'm hoping that over time, as these things start growing, more and more people will start turning up, and we'll hopefully get a nice little community hub going. But for now, 2 people came today and they swapped numbers and they might have made a friend, and that's really what we're trying to do. So
that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's brilliant. Well done. Where can we find out more details?
So we are on every single social media platform that exists. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're starting on TikTok. So yeah, watch out for that.
What name are we looking for?
So that would be the Wolfpack Project UK.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, I wish you all the best. It sounds like fantastic, and happy coming out of lockdown.
Thank you very much. You too.
Take
care.
Thanks, Alex. Now, in other news, a cafe owner in Gedling